Hi. It says we have 2 people in. Hi, guys. I am back home from my trip. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Lori. I made it back home today from vacation. Our flight was safe. We made it home hours. Hi, Redecency. I go back to work tomorrow morning. But I'm excited to go back to work. I love what I do, guys. I love what I do. So I got settled in. We landed 2:30 in the afternoon. We were home by 3:30 because we made a few stops before getting home, so we wouldn't have to go anywhere else after getting home. We put laundry away, got our uniforms ready for work, and I got home to 2 packages. So, Jonasa Jaus, 5th edition, of course. It came in. I love Jonasa Jaus. I have her 4th edition of the same deck, but she changed a lot about this deck. I think there's 1 or 2 cards that are totally different. Like she changed them completely, or just one. I'm not sure. We'll look into it. The card shape has definitely changed. And because of that, I know I follow her on Instagram. So when she announced it, and she announced it not too long ago, she announced that she was going to do the 5th edition of her original deck. And I'm not sure if this is the last edition she's going to bring out. It sold out within hours. And so the reason being why she came out with the 5th edition of this was to be able to come up with the funds to give us the 2nd edition of the Stunning Tarot, which this just came out along with the 4th edition. And I actually got these together. And then now she just released this one, which is the same deck as this one, her original deck. This we just got. Now, her original deck is not by the 5th edition. There's one, the 1st edition, 2nd, and 3rd, which I don't owe any of, which is the same deck as this and this one. But the colors are different and things like that. Now, I'll go a little bit over more on the new deck and her inspiration for it. This is her latest deck, which is the Stunning Tarot. And this was the 1st edition that we ever got from this deck. And now she did the 5th reprint of her original deck in order to come up with the funds to give us a 2nd edition to the Stunning Tarot, which I'm very excited to see what she's going to do with it. Okay, so this is the 5th edition, and this is the 4th. And I want to see which card it was. I think I still have this one in order. I don't have this one in order. I don't have this one in order. Okay, we'll see. I don't have this one in order, but I'll have it here for reference so you guys to see the difference. Now, I do know that for this 5th edition, because the card shape changed, she actually had to redraw like the sides of the cards, right? Expand the image. And because originally they were this thin, and I'll show you exactly this card. This is Death, right? I'll show you it in the 5th edition. Now, her inspiration for the 5th edition was based on like, I think like old encyclopedia, like when you look at old encyclopedias or history books and stuff like that, or on plants, you get like the images, right, of like these plants and stuff like that, and they show parts of the plant and things like that. So she was very inspired by those images. She actually quotes the artist on it. Let me pull it up on my Instagram. let me do this the proper way. Let me not be lazy. Okay, 6 days ago, she just posted. I'm opening list for reprints of the Jonasa Jaus 5th edition, which is this same edition I just got. She's gonna reprint it before releasing the second edition of the other one. So if you guys are interested, you might have a chance to of pre-ordering this deck again. That's really cool that she's gonna do a second. I know she did very limited amount of decks, not many. Okay, here it goes. Another novelty is that the new edition is decorated in greens because it is inspired by Carl Hofmann's botanical illustrations, which are these kind of illustrations. So these illustrations were the inspiration for her to edit the deck a little bit and create this new updated version of her regular tarot. And so with that, the card shape changed, the color in the back changed. Now we still see the same flower pattern, of course, but way minimized. Here the flowers are way bigger, right? And here we see the same flower, but really tiny. This time is in white with this minty green. Oh my God, I mean, totally different. She added this really cool thin, you won't be able to see it here because you still have white. You'll see it on the Magus card. This really thin border right around it. But I kind of like that because it kind of gives it that illustration feel to it, right? And so the color, the deck is very green. It's very Gaia, the tones completely change. I'll search the full for you so you can see the difference. See, this is the original full, well, from the 4th edition, which is the same original full on the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st edition. Just the 1st edition of her original deck is bordered. The rest of her editions are borderless. The colorations on editions 2 and 3 change a little bit, and the backs also change. And I know the color of the box changed as well, but the design is still the same. And so these colors, though, I'm gonna be honest with you, are beautiful with the lavender and the green. Just so you see the difference. And definitely you can see where she expanded on the art. And I'll also talk a little bit about that. Let me go on her Instagram on another post. I just want to show you guys so you can. I've been following her for a very long time because when I fell in love with the Jonasa Jaus Tarot deck, she had done the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd edition. And I believe this was in 2018. And I had emailed her. She asked me to follow her Instagram account for any updates because I refuse to pay what the Jonasa Jaus Tarot goes for online. People have especially the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st edition. I've seen it up for $500, $1,000, $800, $700. Even this edition, which is the latest before this one, and the new Stunning Tarot, I've seen people throwing that online $100. And I refused to pay that. So I waited the entire year of 2018, beginning to end. And then in 2019, she released this edition, the 4th edition of the Jonasa Jaus. I waited an entire year to be able to get my hands on this deck. I love it. I adore it. It's this one right here. Beautiful. I love it. It's not Rider-Waite Smith. I would kind of say it's a merge between Marseille, but not really, and a little bit of pippish, even though it's not just pippish, because the illustrations in the cards, they give us more ideas to the meaning of the card. Now, she does have a guide that she released with this version of her deck. She released it online, like you have access to it. And you can print it out if you purchase the deck. I did, and I think you can still get a link to that even if you don't have the deck. But it goes in references to the plants on each card, the illustrations on the Jonasa Jaus tarot deck, and why she picked this plan or that one, or why the daisies, or things like that, or on this one, what kind of plant that is, and what does it add to the meaning. So her guide is pretty awesome. I haven't been able to print it because I'm just lazy to go buy ink for my printer. I need to go buy ink for my printer. Just order it online so I can print it out. But so this is the new edition. It's the 5th edition of the Jonasa Jaus. And I really like it. Look at that magician. Oh, I love the magician card. It's so awesome. A lot of them are really good. The high priestess I love. And this is one where she changed. Wait, wasn't I going to go over the cards that she changed? Didn't I say I was going to do that? You see how I squirreled? You see how I just squirreled from one thing to the next? Yeah, that's me. Okay. Another novelty of the 5th edition is that some cards have been modified, redrawn, or completed with more drawings. In this case, the 10 of Pentacles has been redrawn with a female figure embracing a bouquet of flowers. On the right, a more descriptive and better drawn version. So she redrew that one, which is the 10 of Wands. Sorry, I said 10 of Pentacles. Let me look it up for you guys so you guys can see it. I think it's only like 2 or 3 cards that she changed the drawing actually, or added to it, or completely changed it. I think it was one. But I want to show you guys because it's really cool. I think that sometimes another deck I back, guys, is the Bone Stone and Earth Flash. Sorry. Bone Stone and Earth Flash from Avalon Cameron and Anna Turian. I can't wait for that. I ordered that. So this is it, the 10 of Wands. The new 10 of Wands is one. And I'll get you the old one so you guys can see it. But sometimes I'm going to be honest, we really don't think of the hard work of an artist, right? If you think about it, coming up with 78 cards and art and making it how it relates to you, like that's really hard to do. That's nice.
Smell it.
Ooh, that's like
bruja. Eso es lo que va en
that's like the oregano.
No, eso no es.
You're gonna put it in here?
Eso es lo que va en este cuarto para las cosas malas que no se peguen ni nada. Para que yo te la había sembrado.
Sorry, guys. My dad just got me a really cool plant that I'm excited for. Okay, I'm squirrely again. And I forgot I had my drink. Hello. I had to get a couple drinks before resting before work tomorrow. Okay, so the original 10 of Wands. And this is the redrawn 10 of Wands. So she kind of had to redraw the whole body. In this one, the lady holding the flowers has a long sleeve. On this one, her dress is sleeveless. We still don't see a face though, which is kind of cool. Now the colors on I will forever tell you that the colors on the fourth edition I love, just like the colors on the third, second, and first edition. I love them. Um, these are more like each suit is almost like a color. Okay, so how can I explain it? The wands are very like super green backgrounds, right? This is in the new one. Oh, I am a mess. I am a total mess. Well, okay, they're like different greens. All right, so in the cups on the new edition, we get more of an olive green background, right? We get this olive green background. On the swords, we get this other brighter mint kind of green, darker mint green. And then on the pentacles, the backgrounds are yellow. So we get a lot of yellow. I thought it was cool. Okay. All right, guys. So back to the new edition. Sorry, just wanted to point that out. I want to show you guys because that's like the kind of differences. What I'm showing you guys are the differences from these past editions. See, like this was the previous edition, which is the fourth edition, right? And this edition, she did a lot of lavender, purples, that olive green with the yellow, but it was almost like incorporated with every card. So each suit wasn't really represented by a color, and she did that in this deck. She just made this deck more of an overall green tone. So it's definitely more earthy than this one. I'm going to be honest. This one, the pop of color is done by the violets and the lavender, or almost like the sky periwinkle blue color. So see, look at the full. And this is the fourth edition. Look at the sky and the death. So I'm going to show you guys death also because she changed that one. It was one of those cards she modified. Sorry, I'm going back to her post to see which other cards she had modified. Another card that offers news is the Chariot. For that reason, I decided to add more drawing. Pull death to the side. Ooh. You guys, I am in love with her new edition. I am in love with the fourth edition. If I can have the third, second, and first, I would. The first I'm not too crazy about because it is the same, a little bit thicker, but it has the white border, and I love me a borderless deck. I'm sorry, guys. It's just the way I am. I love me a borderless deck. Where is that Chariot? And I bet she's one of the last cards. I like what she did with the new moon. I'll show you that one too. The original moon, though, it's epic. I love that one. But she just expanded on the drawing. So I'm linking to her Instagram because there she shows a lot of the here we go. Perfect. So here we have her Chariot in the original. And the Chariot over here. And she redrew it. So this is the Chariot, right? And we have this lady laying down. She keeps that concept, right? But then now she added this to this, right? She's almost as she's laying down in a field, right? Connected with the earth and this whirlwind, right? Almost like she's almost about to be sucked up This reminds me almost of The Wizard of Oz. When the tornado happens or whatever and takes her and it flies her and takes her to a different dimension, a different world, right? I feel this whirlwind is circling around her, about to suck her up almost like a black hole and just spit her out on another side, right? And then here in the new one, we got the same girl laying down, right? But we almost see like either her soul, some people will call that the soul, some people will call that her astral body, right? And this gives me vibes of an astral projection, right? Of her body is laying there, but herself within is being taken somewhere else, right? She has this freedom out of her body that's laying on the ground, and she finds herself now in a different place to where she can go anywhere she wants. So I think that was very cool that she did that with this card. What else? She did really good stuff. I love this new version, and I love the old one too. I love to be able to compare them. I love it. Okay. Judgment. Where's Judgment? The new Judgment. I'll show you Death real quick. Wait, what did I do with Death? So it's the same thing, but here you can see how she had to expand on Death. So you get to see everything else that had to be redrawn. And you see how the image changes from the colors on the flowers, the plants that are around. It looks like so different, and I love that. I appreciate that she took the time to go back into this deck and redraw some things and add things and take things away. I think it's freaking awesome. She mentions something about the tower on her Instagram. I'm all over the place. Okay. Oh no, that's when she posted that the deck was live. I'll show you the moon real quick. Here she didn't have to expand a lot, but you see how the color changes everything? I mean, I love this moon. These colors are beautiful. Don't get me wrong. And the new one is so beautiful too. It's so different at the same time. I love that. I love it that she did this. I really do. I love it that now I own. From the Jonasa Jaus Tarot, I own 2 editions, and then I own the first edition of the Stunning Tarot, which now she most likely will be doing a second edition of. And the last one was Judgment. That's the one I have to look for. That's on the new deck, and I have to look for it on the old one. Da-da-da-da-da. How do you guys feel? Do any of you guys own the Jonasa Jaus Tarot? Do you guys like it? Do you like her art? Want to be all the way in the end? Of course. I'll show you guys my favorite king of the deck. That king is like epic. I found it. Okay. Judgment. So this is the original Judgment. Right here we have, I believe this is a Rose of Jericho, right? The resurrection plant. And it's like opening up, and then you see the arm coming up from behind, from under the ground, right? It's almost like a zombie popping out of the grave, right? The resurrection. That's what this is telling me. Being prepared to be judged, right? The soul coming out from under the grave, being in preparation of judgment. And so in the new one, we don't see the arm, but we do see that white dove. We still have that resurrection plant. We still have that cross. But now the background has changed. The trees are a little bit different now. Right here, we're almost in this gives me the feeling of a graveyard, right? Where in this gives me a feeling of more of a courtyard in a open field within either a church or a convent or something like that, right? That's the kind of feel I'm getting in the difference here. You can even see the background. There are different trees. She changed the trees in the background. That was very, very cool. Let me go through some of the comments, see what you guys are saying. Hi, Janice. Oh, stunning image. Thank you. Oh, wow. This is the first I have ever seen or heard of this deck. Oh, Lori, I love Jonasa Jaus. So this is how you spell her name. Jonasa Jaus. And she is based in Spain. I believe Barcelona. And follow her on Instagram. Again, it's the same, Jonasa Jaus. Jonasa Jaus on Instagram. And she just mentioned on the 24th of August, a few days ago, that this 5th edition was sold out. But then 6 days ago, she announced that she will be reprinting it again, this 5th edition, which is brand new, which is the one I'm holding. And so she says, send me a message to jonasajaws@gmail.com with the subject JJ5 reprint. She wants that as the subject title on the email you send her. And you just send her that you'll be interested in one of her copies of this, the reprint of this 5th edition, which she just came out with. And she'll tell you the date that it's going to be available and the time. And then on that date and on that time, you have to go to her website and place the order for it. Sometimes it's very first come, first serve. I know for this one, it was very all of a sudden. It wasn't expected. She did kind of had us waiting for a little bit, but she announced it. She said she did the same thing. I emailed the same subject, and I got a response on this says so on this time. My deck is gonna go on sale on my shop. So on that day, on that time, you go onto the shop and it'll be available for order. And it's awesome. I know for this one, she sold within 7 hours, I think. So I mean, it's so awesome. It's such an awesome deck. And I will tell you, at first, I thought that the 4th edition was crappy cardstock, but it's really not. I come to find out that the cards on the 4th edition were hand cut. And how cool is that they were hand cut? And these edges are kind of a little bit more like, how can I say it? Chunky, like, but I like it. I appreciate it more. And then in this cardstock, right, we get almost like this one is definitely shiny, right? As if this one is shiny, but not as shiny. I don't think it's gonna reflect enough, but this one's way shinier than this one. This one has like this really cool, like an almost waxy feel, but it's really nice. It's really, really nice cardstock too. Very different cardstocks, but I love it. And of course, I'm dropping cards because I'm all over the place. Am I always, right? Oh, what am I going through? Oh my God. What is going on right now? Come on, please. I'm a mess. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys. Huh? Mm-hmm. I know. Hi, I'm sorry I'm late. I will watch it back, honey. I'm sorry. Oh, hi, Mama. It's okay. Did you ride the bus? Yes, I did. I rode the bus. So this is my favorite king card in the Jonasa Jaus Tarot, and it is the King of Pentacles. Now, come on. You guys know I'm the Bone Whisperer Hex. Tell me this isn't me. And so this is redrawn, right? We get more of him, more of his outfit, more of the flowers around him. I love it. I love it. I'm obsessed. So there's probably three cards that were different or similar artwork, just things added to it or taken away from it. And that's perfectly fine. I'm going to be honest, I like this new edition. It's a green deck. That's all it is. It's a green deck. All different greens. And the Pentacle suit is yellow. I love the Jonasa Jaus 5th edition, just like I love the 4th edition. Wow. I am so happy and grateful for this artist and every other artist that creates a tarot deck. You know, the time, the work, the dedication that goes into it, the sweat, the tears, right? All of that, the blood, right? The pain. If you're going through something in your life, you know, the good times, the bad times, you know, it's all of that. It's all of that that counts. I refuse to like it, damn it. I kind of do. Fuck. Oh my God, Mama. I gotta show you some more. You miss like the comparisons. Now I kind of want to pull them again and compare them for you. I like this new edging. Okay, so I must say, I gotta show you this one because if I have to have one favorite Hierophant out of all the tarot decks that I own, the Jonasa Jaus Hierophant would be it. I love the Hierophant. And it's not a redrawn. It's the same Hierophant, but she did expand on the art a little bit, again, because her decks were originally thinner. And so having to change the shape of the card into a more wide card, she had to kind of fill in the gaps on the sides. So she had to add to her art. And so she decided, you know, the few cards that she can eliminate something or add something or change, she did. And I think that was awesome. Watch it be all the way at the end because this always happens. I mean, it always happens. Literally at the end. Yep. You're not making me do anything, Mama. I'd do that for you. So, this is the Hierophant or O Papa. the Pope, right? And this is it here. I love this. This Hierophant is awesome. I know you're mad. I know you're upset. But I'll tell you, okay, so I just noticed that in her Instagram post, the reason why she did this fifth edition so soon was to be able to come up with the funds to do a second run of the Stunning Tarot. And she just announced that she's doing a second reprint of this fifth edition. So I'm guessing she's reprinting this one again because it did so good. And then she's gonna use what she just made off of this one and what she's gonna make off the second reprint to give us the second edition of the Stunning Tarot. And I believe that one's gonna be even better. Yes, it's green. So Mama, I'll go back and say this. She posted on her Instagram what her ideas were, and okay, so she says here, another novelty is that this new edition is decorated in greens because it is inspired by Carl Hoffman botanical illustrations, and she posted these illustrations. So this was like her motivation, right, to make a almost all green deck and tweak what she could tweak from it. One of the cards that she redrew was this one, the 10 of Wands, and on the old deck, the woman had long sleeves. On this one, there's no sleeves. That's one of the cards she changed. I gotta show you Judgment because she changed Judgment. And I'll show you also the Chariot. It was just those three she changed, actually. The Chariot. Come on, Judgment. Where is thou? Okay, Judgment. Judgment. We have the Chariot. No, this is Judgment. There we go. Okay. So I was explaining, Mama, how in this one, this is the the Chariot. So this is a Chariot, right? And this is a new Chariot. And we get the same girl laying down. But in the new one, it's almost as if her astral body is about to take flight into this new whirlwind, right? Into this vortex and being transported to another place. By the time I can do it, she'll be sold out again. So I'll just enjoy yours. Oh, that's 20. Yeah, Judgment is a 20. I mean, it's just different. I like it. Even though I think you had the first edition, right, Mama? And then you switched it for the second edition. I know the first edition was very similar. The only differences between the first, second, third, and fourth edition is the first edition, the backs are the same backs, I believe, but the color changes. And the tones in each deck, each edition of the deck, she kind of tweaks a little bit. And I also know that the first edition has white borders around the image. Second, third, and fourth do not. That's right. You had first switch for third, and I got the fourth and now the fifth. Okay, so in the old Judgment, right, we see, and she explains this in the guide that I told you guys you can print. This right here is a Rose of Jericho. It is a resurrection plant, right? And the resurrection plant, when you water it, she blooms out like this. And so it being Judgment and the resurrection plant, right, we see this arm coming up, right, as in the soul is being woken up to be judged. And so in the new edition, she removes that and adds a white dove. If you also see, the background, the trees change. Over here we get these trees, and over here we get these almost pine cone-shaped trees. This gives me more of a feeling of it being in a graveyard, and this gives me more of a feeling of being in an open field, maybe in a chapel, behind the chapel, or somewhere in a courtyard of a beautiful church or something like that. So there you see part of the changes that she's done to the deck. There hasn't been major changes. She's only changed 3 cards, but I think that's pretty cool that she did that. I think it's very different. The feel of the deck is a little bit different. It's all greens. Of course, you do get. So the majors, you get all the uses of colors. They're all green anyway, but all types, different types of green. I'll show Mama again. So the wands are this very lime green background. The cups, you have the olive green, right? Look. See the cups, you have the olive green in the background. See the olive green? In the swords, we get more of this evergreen green or minty green, but not really light mint. It's more of a green. It's a green. And that's the suit of swords, right? You see that green? And then in the pentacles, we get the yellow background. So the background in the pentacles is yellow. Evergreen is pretty. The only trees that don't rest during winter. Ooh. Bring it with you for Witchy-Palooza 2021. I will drool over it without ruining it. Oh, Mama. Oh, guys. I'm so happy to have this deck. I'm going to be honest. I kind of have to control myself. I was crazy during my vacation. I mean, I treated myself. I had the money and I wasn't going to spend it on nothing else. And so I told myself, you know what? It's time for you to treat yourself. And so I treated myself. I like that she did a different shape this time in the card. I thought that was very cool, very different. Let me get a sip. So when I got home today from the airport, this was waiting for me, the Jonasa Jaus 5th edition. And finally, after 16 weeks of waiting, an Etsy order arrived from Russia. And I finally got the Dark Waite Tarot. It's not the Dark Waite Tarot, it's Dark Waite Tarot. And I got this off of Etsy. And let me check how much I paid for it. I'll tell you guys. Now. It's $39.62 with free shipping right now. Now, because of the COVID shipping and all this crazy stuff, I ordered this deck months ago and it took, like I said, 16 weeks. This took like 3 months, almost 4 months to arrive. But it's worth it. First of all, it came wrapped. It came wrapped. I took out the saran wrap. The inside of the deck does not come wrapped, only the outside. They wrapped it in a piece of cardboard and then had it in an envelope. And they also sent me these sample cards, I guess, of other decks that they have. So I got all these different cool cards. This is from like a Lenormand. Sorry, it's a Lenormand. This is the Queen of Cups, I guess, from another deck. Now these cardstock are very these are just like little prints. They are a little bit bent because they came like that. It's not part of the deck or anything. Send me little samples of other decks that they have, I guess, for me to see. And I thought that was cool because it's art that I can use in a tarot journal. I can add that to my grimoire or things like that. I'm not going to show the entire deck, but I'll show you guys certain things, certain cards that I like. It is very Rider-Waite-Smith, as it is a Rider-Waite-Smith clone. But this art is awesome. It's very dark, like, but cool, like very dark, whimsical. I have to look them up. Oh, I like the green one. I have to look them up. So this is the Fool. I love it that they're borderless. Look at that back. Bam. And then in the bottom, we get the name of the card in Russian and the name of the card in English. Oh, look at this magician, how dark he looks. I really like this deck. The High Priestess. I really like what they did with this deck. I'll show you guys some of my favorites. Really cool Hierophant. Look at that eye above him. Look at that eye right above him. Look at that. Right above his throne, he has that eye above him. Hierophant. Thank you, Mama. I love my hat. I'm obsessed with this hat. Like, I wish I could wear it for work and I would wear it every day. I love it because you can bend it, right? You can style it this way, this way. I can wear it like this. Or like that. I love it. I think it's cool and fun. It's really cool. Look at the lovers. Wait, that's too bright. You kind of takes away a little bit. Today I'm working with the ring light. Look at the cherry here. You get the two sphinxes. The strength, right? The lion has this scorpion stinger. The hermit I loved. Look at that hermit. His staff is a cobra snake. Very cool hermit. All right, what else can I show you guys? Justice, look at her eyes. Her eyes, she has no eyes. Her eyes have been pulled out. She's blind. The hangman is an angel. Love that, a winged hangman. I've never seen that, and I really love it. Right, we get the almost like the fallen angel feel. Has that ultimate sacrifice. Death is very Rider-Waite. So some of them are very typical Rider-Waite. This updated Devil, I love it. I love the detailing and the way they made him look. I feel like this is what the original RWS Devil should have been. The tower, a little bit redrawn, but very cool still. Star naked, of course. Moon has a face. The sun is a little bit creepy. We still get a child. I like this judgment. You get the coffins and the spirits rising up, right? The dead rising up. Look at this Ace of Cups. You have the lotus at the bottom, and you have this white dove being pierced through the heart. This Ace of Cups. Right, and that blood, the death of that pigeon coming down, dripping down, bringing life to that lotus. It's a harsh Ace of Cups, but I like it. I really like it. Two of Cups, very typical. The three, check out this three. We have three women, very typical, but they're dancing around a cat. The kitty, and then there's a pumpkin by their feet. And there's another pumpkin over here in the background. It almost gives me the feeling of harvest time. Like they're celebrating harvest time. The bringing of Samhain. Welcoming Samhain. Typical 4, 5, 6. I mean, you guys see the Rider-Waite influence there. The 7, very cool 7. What else can I show you guys? See, the 9 is very typical, very similar guy. The 10 of Cups. So it's in some things they're tweaks, some things are very similar. This Ace of Wands, though, look at that Ace of Wands, right? For creativity and fiery passion. The wand is a branch, but then we have these hands, right? These creative hands, and they're sparkling fire off their fingertips. Ah, that creative spark. How's that for a creative spark? That Ace of Wands. Nine of Swords. Mama, the Nine of Swords is very typical. I'll get there, though, because the 10 of Swords is awesome. The 4 of Wands is a little bit gruesome. Here we have this couple, right? And this usually represents a stable home or things like that, right? And here we see this couple to where they ripped someone's head almost as if they took the man's property. This is what I'm seeing this as, right? They took his property and are taking over it. That's what I see here. They killed the guy, ripped his head off, and said, "Fuck that! We're keeping his property." Five of Wands. Here in the 6 of Wands, right? It's usually the wreath, the guy with the wreath, and welcoming and a celebration of a battle won. Look at all these heads that he has hanging from his strap. Very cool. Very, very cool. Here in the 7, we see that struggle, right? That fight, even in his expression. We see that movement, that hustle. Look at how angry, right? He's fighting with all his might. The 8 of Wands, flight, of course. 9, 10, typical. All right, let's keep going. The Ace, of course, of Swords. Very Rider-Waite Smith. The 2's a little bit different. Now, I like this in this 2. I like the fact that she's still by the ocean. She is sky clad, meaning she is clothed by the sky. She is nude, but she does have a cloak drooping over her. And she's not holding the swords on either hand, crossway, blades up. In these swords, the blades are facing her, pointing towards her, almost as if they are about to hurt her. It's almost as if in this 2 of Swords, she's not holding the 2 swords. She is not. Usually it's choosing between 2 different decisions, right? Making a choice. Here it's almost as if the choice is not hers. Like neither of the 2 choices she has are her own choices. Exactly, mama. Yes, exactly what I'm thinking. I like the fact that the 3 of Swords, of course, is the 3 with the raining sky and the heart, but it's an anatomical heart, and I like it. I think it's cool. Now here, definitely for the 4 of Swords, that rest, right? And we still get the typical guy laying down and almost being in a church because we get a stainless window, a stained glass window. And then over here beside him, we get his helmet and his shield. Right? Almost as it's time to rest, the battle is over, you know, take some time for yourself. Self-care. Five. The 6 of Swords. The 7. I like how in the 8 of Swords, her hair is tangled up in between the swords. The 9 mama is very typical. Now, I will show you some details that I was looking at. The person, you can kind of see their face kind of looking towards you. And then if we look really close to their blanket, we have a Libra sign right there. We have the Aquarius over here. So we get like the quilt has all the zodiac. I don't know if it's gonna show through on camera, but you might be able to see it a little bit there. It's the 9 of Swords. Very typical Rider-Waite Smith. I don't mind it. Now the 10 of Swords had me at like, what? Check out this 10 of Swords, guys. She's dead and her soul is rising like it's done. I like that the light, you can't really see with the light. Oh, there we go. I'm trying to add a little bit of shadow because now my ring light is too light. Wait, what if I dim it? Hold on. Let me dim it. No, let me dim it a little bit. Yeah. Right there. Let's see if that worked. Okay, yeah, you can see it a little bit better. Her so now, do you still see her face? And she's looking at two hands like, what is going on? Like I'm floating in the air. Like I'm dead. Knight, right? Very typical Knight of Swords. Pentacles, the Ace. Now I like this Two of Pentacles, right? The juggling. Check this out. Look at his face. He's juggling. And we usually there's usually a seaside by the guy, or he's by the ocean or somewhere. But over here, we get the feeling, right, of everything around is just twirling. Even the ocean itself, right? Reaching for her body. Yes, Mama Squirrel. Trying to reach for that body, not wanting to let go, wanting to come back to that body, to that human existence, to that life, being fearing the unknowable, because we don't know what happens after death, right? Three of Pentacles, 4, the 5. So it is very the 6. It is very Rider-Waite Smith, but I really like this artwork. These backs. These backs are beautiful. I like the colors they picked for the backs. Ten. And that, you guys, is Dark Waite Tarot. And I got this off of Etsy. Not admitting that we are at the end, have hit bottom. Exactly. I really like this Dark Waite Tarot. I love the Jonasa Jaus, of course. Now, from my trip, I still have a deck that I did not unbox for you guys. The last video I did, and it was the Paulina Tarot. I know there's a lot of tarot reviews on that. So I might not do like a whole review on it or like a whole unboxing or anything like that. I'm most likely going to open it tonight, take a look through it, kind of appreciate the art a little bit. And then maybe I'll show you guys a flip through of like my favorite cards from that deck. But that will not be today. I am home from vacation. I go back to work tomorrow. It's been fun. It's been real. Back to reality. But I'm excited. I get to set up Halloween now. When I get back tomorrow, I start the Halloween set for my store. And I'm very excited about that because Halloween is, of course, my favorite holiday. So thank you so much for tuning in with me. Wow, I did this in an hour. I think that was pretty. I reviewed a little bit about Jonasa Jaus and then went into Dark Waite Tarot. But thank you guys for joining me. Have a good night. I love you guys. Stay tuned because soon I am to do an unboxing for Mystic Dragon's Lair on their Facebook whenever I receive their packages, because I think I have, unless they put both packages into one, but it's two orders, one big order and then an extra Scully that I ordered separately from them, and I can't wait to receive that. So whenever I do receive that, I will go live, but I will do that on the Mystic Dragon's Lair Facebook. So stay tuned for that. And then also, I'll probably just kind of review this with you guys after I dig into it. I'm very excited about it. I've seen multiple walkthroughs of this, but I love it. I've been very excited to get it. I never got it. It was always on my list. I came across it and I said, why not? Everybody have a good night. Please, if you're not subscribed, hit that bell button. And please go like my video if you enjoyed this. Yeah, back to work tomorrow. No! Bye, guys. Have a good night.